Hello, welcome to Temenos Digital. My name is Aaron, and today we're going to continue our T24 business training. We are going to see Temenos T24 arrangement architecture. By the end of this training session, you're going to have a good understanding on the fundamentals of T24 arrangement architecture, the product lifecycle in AA module, and how to create new products or amend the existing one using AA product builder. So this is kind of introduction on AA. AA module is really a huge module, and we cannot cover this in one video. But the knowledge you are going to accumulate through this training session will be sufficient for you to build upon to learn more about AA and how to use AA module. Now, there are some terminologies which are used in AA module, and it is very important that you get understanding on those terminologies before you proceed with AA module. First of all, we're going to see what are product lines and property classes. You can think of property classes as components on high level which are used to build a product line. Those high-level components have attributes and actions. These are reusable components, meaning we can have components of the same building blocks across different product lines. For instance, if we take a product line such as accounts and deposits, you will find that we have property class called account, which is used across all these product lines, same as interest, because accounts and deposits and lending products, they all have interests. Okay, if you don't understand now, don't worry, as we progress you're going to understand. So a product line is made of different property classes, so meaning you take different components together and they make a product line. Product lines and property classes are defined for us by Temenos, and they're maintained by Temenos. Financial institutions cannot modify this, so probably the only thing they can modify is description, but they cannot define new product lines. Okay, this is sole responsibility of Temenos. Now, on the middle layer or on the second layer, we have product groups and properties. Now, as you can guess, product groups are subsets of product lines, and properties are named types of property classes, meaning we create product groups from product lines which have been defined by Temenos. So both property groups and properties can be defined and maintained by financial institutions. A product group is made of different properties which you put together to create a product group. The bank do not sell product groups, okay? Because the product groups are just there to group different products with similar properties. Now, after defining product groups, the bank will create products. Products are also made of properties. But at this level, we need to define product conditions. You can think of product conditions as default values for those properties which make a product. So, when defining a product, you specify the properties and their default values. And for each property which is negotiable, you need to define the restrictions. For instance, if you say an interest rate is 5% but negotiable, then you need to define what is the maximum and what is the minimum, or at least by how much you can negotiate up and down. So these are restrictions. You can also say this is non-negotiable, meaning when a user is going to create the arrangement for that product, those conditions won't be negotiable. They won't change. They won't have access to change those conditions. And finally, we have arrangements and arrangement conditions. So if a customer comes and say, I want current account, a normal current account, let's call it a normal current account, okay? Now, there are conditions that govern that normal account. Probably there's eligibility saying, okay, you can only open a normal current account if you are 18 years old. And on a current account, we are going to charge maintenance fees, let's say of $3 every month. And the product is available to you. We issue cards, and all the conditions for that product you define, and that contract is put into the system in form of arrangement. So you can think of arrangement as that contractual agreement between a financial institution and the client with all the conditions defined. Now, before we proceed with a practical session, let's also try to understand activity classes. Activity classes define the system behavior when a certain activity is triggered or run. So the way they're defined, the ID includes a product line, then the activity or the process which is going to be run, and the property class. So let's see an example. Here I have an example like lending capitalized interest. So the activity classes are also defined by Temenos. So this indicates that the product group is a lending, the process we have is capitalized, and the property is interest. So we are capitalizing interest on a lending. In the same way, you can have deposits, capitalized interest. So meaning we are capitalizing interest on deposits. And the system behavior will be different. The way interests are capitalized on loans and on deposits or current accounts can be different, okay? I hope you understand. Now, let's discuss briefly on the life cycle of products in the AA module. There are 3 stages. So each product, we go into these 3 stages. The first stage is design stage. So in the design stage, we define all the properties and product conditions for certain products. So we're creating this product, designing that product. After designing that product, meaning after defining all those properties and the conditions attached to those properties, we need to prove our design. So we need to validate our design. The system will check if the conditions we have defined are correct in this proof stage. Once they are validated, there are no errors, then we can publish that product. When we publish, our product goes to the product catalog. And now users have access to that product. They can sell that product to our customers, okay? Now, an existing product can also go through this cycle. If an existing product needs to be modified, okay, let's say a certain condition, assume the default interest on savings account A was 3%, and the business says 3% with this condition, economic conditions, is not really a good rate. Let's make it 3.5. In that case, we change the rate, so that product condition we change, and when changing a product, the product goes into design mode. We're in design mode, then we need to proof it again before it is published. Good. Now, let's move to a practical session. I think this is a lot to digest, but once we start practical session, you're going to understand. Let me open T24. I'm here in Model Bank. In Model Bank, if you want to design a product, you use product builder, which is found under admin menu. We have product builder, and you click on products. And this will open, okay? Here we have product lines, product groups. I'm going to show you how to view product groups and products. If you click here, you can view the definition of this product line. It is called accounts, and these are property classes for this product line. The same way as you have seen, as you have account, as you have customer, we have charge, we have interest, we have payment schedule, we have closure, we have tax, and so on. Okay, so these are different property classes which make this product line called accounts. So if you view another one, let's say deposit, you will see that some of these property classes are the same. Okay, okay, we have interest, and in accounts we have interest. We have account in accounts. We have customer. We have payment schedule, the same. But in accounts, we don't have term amount. These are reusable components like account, interest, customer, charges, and so on. So they are reusable in different product lines. If you view lending, we also have the same property classes. But all these we have unique property classes. That's why they are unique. Now, as I said, we don't have access to modification of these product lines. So we cannot change the property classes. The only thing, if you try to change, if you do modify, the only thing you can change is the description. Okay? But you cannot change the property classes. Okay? Now, from here, so we have seen this, you want to view, here if you want to amend, and if you want to create a new product group. But before we move to creating a new product group, let's view what we have under, let's say, account. Okay, you click here. Here we have current accounts, we have MTD current accounts, and savings accounts. Basically, T24 model bank has current accounts and savings accounts. So I've created this group. If you look at its properties, it's exactly the same as current account. It's a copy, okay? I want to play with my own product group. So I've defined this product group, and it is exactly a copy of the product group defined by Temenos in this model bank. We can create our own product groups, and we can modify even the existing ones, okay? Let's view current accounts. These are properties, okay? For property class called account, because we have seen the property classes of accounts, if you can remember here, we have different property classes. Now, when it comes to product groups, we need to define properties out of these property classes. And the rule is, if a property class is mandatory, it needs to be reflected in product group. So meaning when defining these product groups, we need to have accounting, customer, closure, activity mapping, all these which are marked mandatory as yes, they have to be in all product groups. So you need to have at least one property of that property class. It's mandatory. Now, for those that are not mandatory, we may not include them in our product groups when defining them. Now, for each property class, we can define one or more properties, because we have seen that a property is a named type of a property class. As you can see, we have a charge is a property class. These are types of charges, okay? These are also charges. Like you have minimum balance fees, you have check withdrawal, highest debit, turnover credit, turnover debit, bonus, blah, blah, blah. All these are different charges which have been defined for accounts products, for current accounts products. Same for interest. We have credit interest, debit interest, penalty interest, bundle interest, and so on. So as you can see, we can create different properties for one property class. So this is possible. Now, here is to view. If you want to modify, if you want to change a product group, you click here, same way. Now we have access, so we can modify, you can make modifications on a product group. So all these conditions can be modified. But one thing we cannot do, for instance, here we have accounting. We know that accounting is mandatory for accounts product. We cannot remove. If you remove it and you try to validate, let's see, as you can see, we cannot. Because this property class, accounting, is mandatory. So it needs to be reflected in product group as well. So these are restrictions. But if you take any other, let's say alert is not mandatory. You can take it off and the system will not complain. It's only complaining on the mandatory, which is accounting, okay? Good, I hope this is clear. So I don't want to save. Let me check. Good. Now, it is a modification. If you want to create a new product under this product group, we click here. If you want to view all the child elements of this product group, meaning all the products, we click on this arrow. As you can see, under this MTD current accounts, I have defined 2 products. Now let's see one of these. Here I have parent condition stop. Actually, it's an exact copy of what we have in current accounts. We have similar. So if you review, we see that product group is MTD current accounts. Obviously this one. And we have inheritance only. So meaning, if it's for inheritance only, this product cannot be published in catalog, okay? So we cannot sell this product because it is for inheritance, meaning we want to create child products or this product. And this is what exactly I did. I created another product which extends this product. So this is a child product. As you can see, we have here parent product is MTD current parent, meaning this one. This is a parent of this. So this product is parent for this product. Now, AA is amazing. And if you really know object-oriented programming, you can grasp this very quickly. Now, let's look at this. Okay, we have this product group. As we know, the product group, when you're creating product group, at least we should have one property for each mandatory property class. And then we can define any number of properties. We can include properties for optional property classes. This is what exactly we have here. Like this parent, I almost took everything, almost, not all. Most of the properties here are in this product group. Now, when I created this, this parent product and defined all the conditions. Okay, I said this is tracking. Tracking means if this changes, it's going to affect the existing arrangement. Non-tracking meaning it only affects the new. Okay, if the condition changes. Now, as you can see here, when you define this product, I did not include all the conditions. Okay, but by default, this current this standard account, current account standard, is going to inherit all the properties of the parent product. So I don't have to define all the conditions because it's going to be inherited. I only define those properties which are different from the parent one. Okay, like if you look at here, let's say for instance we have here balance. Okay, if you look in the parent, I did not define the balance. Okay, I don't have a balance here, but in this product, child product, the balance was defined. Okay, now if you look at this product, is also for inheritance, meaning we cannot sell it. And if you go to our product catalog, let's see here, under user, product catalog, we view accounts, current accounts. As you can see, we don't have that product. Okay, we don't have it. Good. Now let's continue. Now let's define a product. Okay, a product that can be sold to customers, and it's going to be, let's say, our normal current account. Creating a new product, we need to define that product under a specific product group. So we're going to come here. This is our product group. We click here to create a new product. Now we need to give it a name, mtd.current normal. Okay, it's an example. Okay, okay, now we can give it a name. We can say normal. Okay, let's name this current account normal, or normal current account. I can spell. Okay, as we say, the product group is this, but the parent product, we want to have this as a product group. So it's mtd.current.par.std. Let's verify. Yes, it exists. Okay, so this product is going to extend this standard, meaning it's going to inherit all the properties of this standard, and this standard extends the parent. Okay, so we're going to have 3 layers: product extending another product, which extends another product. Now for this, we want to say you want this product to be, of course it can be sold. We want to have this product in 3 currencies: USD, let's also add Euro, and probably GBP. Okay, GBP. So we want this to be available in these currencies. We are not going to define the company. We want this to be available across all the companies, but in these 3 currencies. And I have said it's not for inheritance, because we want to sell this product. We want this product to be publishable to the catalog. And we can make this a default product. But let's not do that. Now let's define some of the conditions. As you can see, it inherited all the conditions. But let's remove all these. Okay. Let's delete all this. We are going to define only those conditions which we want to change. The rest will be inherited by default. Okay. For this, we want to say if you want to open this account, you need to be at least of 18 years old. So meaning we need to use the property eligibility. Eligibility. We say there's one which is called current account, age dot greater than 18 years. Okay, let's verify. Age, current account, age. Okay, this one. Okay, good. And we want this to be tracking. Now let's also define management fees. Management fees, MT fee. Yes, it's there. And let's pick which one. Can say, let's pick this one. Okay, this one is 3. Okay, if you view this one, this is says, actually let's view this one. To view this, you do AA dot product dot design, and this is under charge. Let's see, actually, because I don't know the date, you can say 0 like 3, so 3. So basically this one, this is fixed amount of $3. Okay, we can create our new charge if we want. Okay, like 5 or 6, but let's maintain $3 every month. We want to charge this as management fees, and we want to say this is tracking as well. Let's also add another property, schedule. For schedule, we want to pick this one. Okay, I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, and let's make this non-tracking. Good. Now we can define card issue fees if you want. So if we issue cards on these accounts, because we can issue cards on current accounts. We want to, how much do we want to charge? There's another fee of 10. We can use it, and we may say it's non-tracking if you want. Okay, and let's add some facility. Facilities are the services, which services are available to this product. Facility, let's check. I believe it's there. Okay, And facility, we're going to have facilities for current accounts. Current.account. And for this, we're going to say it's not tracking. You might wonder why I'm picking this, but if you look at, let me show you. We have a property class called facility. If you look at aa.product.design facility, if we list, we have current account and the notice account. Okay, so I picked this one. If you look at the way the services available for current accounts, so here we have card issue, we have cash pool, we have issue check, funding, liquidate, main sweep, things like standing orders, and so on. Okay, so these are services which are useful for a current account. So we are going to have those for our account. Now let's also add arrangement rules. And for arrangements rules, we are going to have our current account plus a restrict. Okay, and you want to say this is tracking because we want this to affect existing, if any. Now we can also change some of the calculations here. Let's say for check withdraw, the charge called check withdraw. I think I've seen this. We don't have this. No record funds. Let's check. Okay, let's say check withdraw. Okay, for check withdraw, we are going to say the source type is count, so meaning the number of withdrawals is what we are going to use. And let's say for the highest debit, actually let me copy this. For the highest debit, verify. That's interesting, we don't have highest debit. Let me check. Let me check highest debit. Highest debit, we have it actually. For highest debit, we want to have the debit maximum. So we want to use the maximum amount. The maximum amount. I think that's all. Let me verify. Source balance, it's mandatory. Let me check. Yes, for this, because this is let's say highest, then we need to also define the balance. So we're going to use the current balance for the customer. We are going to charge based on current balance. Current balance. Okay, I think our product is valid, so we need to commit. Okay, so our product is there, so you can see. Fantastic, we have our product. We have defined our product. But if you look at the catalog, this product is not yet available because it needs to be proved and it needs to be published before it can. Okay, we can verify. If you go to our product catalog again, accounts, current accounts, we don't have it. Okay, now as we have discussed in the theory part, we have said a product needs to be proofed and published. Now let's do those steps. To manage the product, you click here. So now we want to proof our product and you want it to be available today. Okay? I want to do it online. We can also proof this using service, but we want to do it online. Let's do that. There's an error. As you can see, it is suggesting that, as you can see, there's an error. Okay? It looks like our product, our parent product, was not proofed. So we cannot proof this product because the parent product is not yet available. It is good we have this error. So let's go to, this is a standard parent because it is extending this parent product, MTD. So it looks I've created it, but I didn't proof it. Now let's start by this because it's not available. We say it's available today. And let's proof it. Okay. Now there's an error here. Current normal product under the same product group. So we need to make this default. Okay, let's do that. The default product is not under the same product group. But see, this seems misleading. This message it's kind of misleading. Okay, let's remove the eligibility criteria. Let's try to proof this product again. We want to make this as a default product. Okay, so this is default. And let's publish our parent. We proof it. Okay, it is proofed. Now we need to publish a product. Click here again, manage. We want to manage our product and we need to publish. Publish. It is published, okay? Now let's move to the final product we have created. This is what we have. So we are getting this error because we tried to proof it before the parent product was published. So this is the error you can get because I created and then forgot to publish it. Okay, now let's proof it also. So we proof it online. Let's see, successfully publish it. Okay, if there are no changes, let's publish it. Good. Okay, you can do it how many times you want. It won't affect anything really. You can publish it again. Completed, okay? Action publish, successful. So our product now is available in catalog. Let's verify. We come here. So we come here, product catalog. You go into accounts. You can see under these groups we have our current accounts. You can click here. Voila. We have our product, current account normal. Okay? We can simulate it and we can create an arrangement for this, okay? Because it is now available. You can create now. Let's select customer, any customer. Actually make it. Can not a bank. Let's say like we take this customer. Let's say this is the owner, and the only thing which is here, I think, is the currency is mandatory. Actually, I can put USD because we know it is available for USD, Euro, and GBP. Let's validate. Voila, you can see it opens. Good. So now let's see the charge. Card fees, management fees, we said $3, as you can see. It is there, $3. Okay. And the other rule we defined, I think, is the facilities are all there. So the debit cards, all the ones I've showed to you. The schedule. But now you can continue. You can book this arrangement, okay? I'm not going to validate this. Good. Congratulations. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. You have now understanding on the terminologies used in AA module, and you understand how to create products and the life cycle of products. So we have seen how to design a product, how to proof it, and how to publish that product. We created a product which extends a product that extends another product. Basically, our product which we have created, which is this final. Let me show you again in case you have forgotten. We have created our own product group, and under this product group we have created 3 products. One top level product which has a product, one child which has one child product, where we defined additional conditions, and the final product which we published in our catalog, and which is a default for this type of product. And here it is with some conditions, okay, additional conditions. Congratulations. So if you have enjoyed watching this video, please like it and share the same with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So in our next video, I'm going to introduce you to Python programming, and probably we will have an introduction on Python. I try to be fast, so all the concepts of Python, and I will give you some resources which you can check to have a good understanding on Python. Then I will jump into socket programming. After socket programming, we are going to code with you a T24 client in Python, which we are going to use by using socket programming. Okay, so stay tuned. See you next. Bye bye.